Today, three great powers of the tomato industry are in fierce competition: the United States, Italy, and China. In the war of red gold, there are no rules. Even the least ethical moves are permitted. This is what I discovered here at Jin2D, one of the biggest Chinese exporters of tomato-based products. Ma Jianyong, the managing director of the company, agreed to show me his factory. Like any good entrepreneur, he starts with a small guided tour of his production line. Until now, everything seems normal.
1天的1分钟的产量就是300罐的产量啊。但1天下来呢，就要1台设备，灌装封口机1台，就应该达到2个集装箱。
The first surprise was waiting for me in the warehouses. Gina, does that not remind you of anything? This is Gino's Chinese cousin, that famous brand created in Italy and which actually contains Chinese concentrate. To compete with their former partners who hid Chinese concentrate in Italian cans, the Chinese camouflaged their tomatoes in cans that are the colors of Italy. In the end, everybody is eating Chinese.
我们公司的主要产品的市场啊，在这个中东地区和非洲、欧洲啊，也有一部分国家，例如德国、瑞典。
The factory has a secret weapon in this trade war against Italy that the director forgot to show me: a miracle ingredient. A white substance is added to the tomato sauce in large quantities. This substance does not appear on the label.
你看他想问，比如咱造1吨的酱里边，1吨的番茄酱，然后里边要用多少钱的水，要用多少钱的糖，还有什么盐什么的。
这都不能说。
No，
这是我们的配方的事儿。
No，
we can't.
对。
No。
Can you ask why?
他说为什么不能说那些东西？
我可以，不是不能说，而是就是说我们这些添加剂都是合理合法的啊。这是我们全有备案，在中国商检全有备案的，商检局我们全有备案，我们添加什么都有备案的。
This powder is soybean fiber, a thickener.
你可以说我们生产的时候，比如说我们80%的原料酱，是大桶酱，20%。 大豆纤维淀粉加一块儿，还有我们麦芽糖是占20%，这个原酱呢占80%，这个配方不是固定的，你知道吗？
我知道。
那你明白这意思？
没事，我说您不方便说的话，你就不说，没关系。
对。
因为他在问，我就只是翻译出来，因为我不知道哪个。
现在就是说你就是说我加这些辅料最好是别说。
According to my information, some boxes of Chinese concentrate contain up to 55% additives. It's a method of lowering manufacturing costs since these additives are cheaper than tomatoes. In reality, the reason they can cut their products with soy is because of an agreement with their distributors. The entire production and distribution chain is complicit in this fraud. Only the consumer is fooled, which is what the trader Juan Jose Amezaga condemns.
And one thing I must say is that these people are declaring that to the buyer. They're telling the buyer that we're going to put so much of this and this and this. And this is the price. If we don't put this, this is the price. So it's normally a higher price when it's pure tomato paste. Then they add fiber, 20% fiber, 3% color, whatever. Add it, it's another price. So the buyer knows it. He's aware of. It doesn't appear on the label, but the buyer knows it. Distributing companies that buy thousands of tons of Chinese paste in cans under their own brand in the distributor's brand in Africa. know that the product will have these things. And it's not declared.
Let's go back to China. In 20 years, it has gone from a tiny player to a giant of the tomato industry. Initially, the Chinese didn't care at all about tomato sauce. But with their legendary charm, the Italians exchanged factories for 5 years of tomato concentrate. Mamma mia, che bella pomodoro cinese tomato. What a beautiful Chinese tomato. A bargain for Italy that turned Chinese production into a sauce that was made in Italy without anybody noticing. But since then, the Chinese decided to take on the Italians with sauces made in China. The battlefield for this duel of red gold? Africa, where they consume the most concentrate per capita. With a population of 27 million and 6% growth, Ghana is a dynamic economy, the second biggest in West Africa.
Ta-da! Hi! Don't worry, Mama. Tasty Tom will
Globalization is changing eating habits.
absolutely delicious.
The secret behind delicious meals.
In this part of Africa, in terms of vegetables, the tomato is king. It accounts for 1/3 of vegetable expenditure. But the local tomato market is collapsing in favor of sauces from China and Italy. Imports have multiplied by 30 in 15 years. The conquerors of this new market? I visit them 12,000 kilometers from Beijing in their secure residence. Guess who I find there? General Yu and his son, Quinton. The general has been there for 2 months because he sniffed out a good opportunity. West Africa is the region which has the fastest growing consumption of tomatoes. And his presence is part of a policy that is promoted at the highest state levels in China.
因为中国现在习主席在讲一路一带啊，讲丝绸之路，实际上是呢，新疆是丝绸之路的源头啊，加纳是一个就发源地、起点，一个是源头啊，刚好是我们国家的政策和现在这个大的发展趋势是相吻合的。以后肯定番茄的这个超级强国，加工业的超级强国，包括全球超级强国，肯定是中国啊，这是肯定的。
This confident talk also reflects a reality. The African continent is fast becoming the next big consumer market in the world.
In this market that you saw, there's hundreds of shops that sells tomato paste here. And the brands, there are 50 brands at least in the market. It's 90% Chinese factories who produce because they have invested so much into the machineries and they need a way out to do it. So they will produce for anybody, whether it's OEM, whether it's for their own brand, that they can sell in the African market. So in terms of that, the Chinese producers need to find a way to digest their own excess surplus.
The wheels of the economy keep on turning. In Ghana, I arrived during a major economic change. China is relocating part of its production to benefit from cheaper labor. On production lines imported from their country, the Lius manufacture their finished products from Chinese concentrate.
他们赚得多，我不是说，你可以这样子，你可以教他怎么去干，但是你不能帮他去干，你懂我意思吧？你教他怎么去干，但是你不能去干。唯一教他去干，唯一我们自己干的是他妈的配料，那是我们自己搞的，其他地方全都不行。
Ghanaian workers are paid 4 times less than Chinese workers, 100 euros per month.
This year in China, as you know, the global economy is not that well. You see a lot of factories shutting down, moving to Southeast Asia, moving to moving to Vietnam, moving to Indonesia, Malaysia, those areas. And you will see, especially in the tomato paste business, that you see a lot of factories moving to African countries. And I'm glad to say we're one of the first who took in this step to establish our presence more closer to the market rather than that 10,000 miles away.